Charlie Kirk built his entire legacy on providing a different perspective.
This morning, the manhunt continues for the man who assassinated conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. Ahead, UW Republicans touch on his legacy.
Plus, new developments in the deaths of two Marquette students. Who's now charged in the deadly crash?
Plus, new safeguards for kids using ChatGPT, what parents will soon be able to control. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now This Morning. I'm Kyrian Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford.
We begin with the latest in the shooting death of conservative activist and influencer Charlie Kirk. The manhunt for Kirk's killer is still underway at this hour.
Police saying, though, that the attack on Kirk was targeted and are asking for more information from the public this morning. We do know that officials are planning to hold another news conference at 9 o'clock this morning. The scene of the shooting, Utah Valley University, is closed through the weekend. We do have more coverage ahead, including local reaction. But first, let's check in and get your first warn forecast. Hi, Savannah.
Hi, guys. Thank you. We do have foggy conditions, and some of this is dense fog. Not necessarily as widespread as what we had a couple hours ago, but Prairie du Chien still down to just half a mile. La Crosse is at a quarter, and Black River Falls at 0. Those areas up near La Crosse are under a dense fog advisory until 9 in the morning. Waukesha and up towards Sheboygan, those areas are down to a quarter too. They're under a dense fog advisory until 10 in the morning. So fog moves out mid to late morning, and then we've got a really nice day in store for us. Everyone across southern Wisconsin will see the mid to upper 70s, and then partly to mostly sunny skies. Still not the best day out of the next several. If you like summer-like weather, you'll more so be looking ahead to Friday and what's to come over the weekend. But we do have some showers that we're going to time out on Saturday and Sunday ahead.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Back to the breaking news. In the search for a shooter in the murder of Charlie Kirk, investigators are still searching for the person who shot and killed the conservative activist.
The Turning Point founder was speaking at the first stop of his organization's American Comeback Tour during the shooting. The Utah Department of Public Safety says the shot that pierced Kirk's neck was fired from a roof of a nearby building. Kirk had given another one of his well-known campus debates on UW's Library Mall during the last presidential election. These debates targeted young voters and caught the attention of UW Republican presidents.
I think that just his movement was always extremely important.
Charlie Kirk built his entire legacy on providing a different perspective and inspiring conservative students to sort of speak up and take pride in their own views.
Two people were taken into custody and questioned but were later released. However, one person did get charged with obstruction of justice.
Lawmakers across the political spectrum have condemned this shooting and are calling for an end to political violence. Wisconsin 3rd District Congressman Derek Van Orden releasing a statement saying, quote, "I am praying fervently for Charlie Kirk and his family. This left-wing political violence must stop now. Whoever does not condemn this is part of the problem. The gloves are off." Madison Congressman Mark Pocan releasing a statement saying political violence is never acceptable. Gun violence is never acceptable. Never. President Trump ordering flags to fly at half-staff through the weekend. Any updates on the manhunt we'll have on the air and on the Channel 3000 News app. To download, just search Channel 3000 in your phone's app store. 6:03 now. This morning, two students are recovering after a shooting at a Denver area high school. Our Denver affiliate reports that one of the students is still in critical condition. Police say the gunman opened fire with a revolver at Evergreen High School yesterday afternoon. Multiple members of law enforcement made contact with the shooter just 5 minutes after the first calls. Officials say the suspect was taken to the hospital with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and later died. Madison police investigating after a student brought a gun to Madison's La Follette High School. Madison police recovering the gun off campus, saying a 17-year-old has been taken into custody. Principal Matthew Thompson says that there was no disruption to schedules or daily routines at the school. He stressed the importance of, if you see something, say something. The woman suspected of killing two Marquette University lacrosse players in a deadly crash is now facing charges. Amandria Brunner faces 2 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle while having a prior intoxication-related conviction. The crash killed 20-year-old Noah Snyder and 19-year-old Michael Michaud. 2 other Marquette students were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. 6:04 now, taking a live look at the 9/11 Memorial in New York City. Today marks 24 years since the September 11th attacks. Nearly 3,000 people died after hijackers flew planes into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field in Pennsylvania. Today, flags are at half staff. The governor recognizing today as a day of service to honor the lives lost. A lot of cities in our area are going to be hosting some 9/11 events. The Goodman Community Center will be hosting their 14th annual Never Forget Blood Drive that starts at 8:30. The North Freedom Fire Department is also partnering up with Impact Life to host a blood drive. That one's tomorrow from 3 to 6 at their station in North Freedom.
News 3 now and SSM Health. Time for Kids Digital Playbook campaign continues, helping families navigate the ever-changing digital world. As AI continues to shape everyday life for kids and adults alike, OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, is rolling out new parental controls within the next month. This move follows lawsuits claiming that chatbots played a role in teen suicides. The update will let parents link accounts with their teens, turn off memory and chat history, and get alerts if the system flags signs of acute distress. OpenAI is also collaborating with youth and mental health experts to develop stronger safety measures, including a model trained to respond more consistently in stressful situations. SSM Health's Dr. Jeremy Chapman says trying to understand what kids are seeking from AI is an area families should look more into. He says the emotional connection kids form with AI chatbots shouldn't be underestimated.
I mean, think about it. You talk to AI. AI has never said like, sorry, I was distracted. What did you just say? Like, it's fully attentive to you, and it's going to respond immediately, clearly and crisply to what you are saying to it. So some of the elements of human interactions that people value most, being listened to, being validated, being cared for, like those kinds of things, AI is amazing at and better than most of our peers and friends and family.
OpenAI says its safeguards work best in short conversations, but can break down in longer chats. With more than 700 million users a week, company officials say this is just the beginning of its safety improvements.
The code total continues to rise with more than 90 donations since our last report. Right now, we're up to 369 donations. Remember, winter accessories like hats, scarves, mittens, snow pants, and snowsuits are needed right now. And it's not going to be long until freezing temps are here. And we want to make sure every kid and adult has winter gear to keep them warm. You can find information on how to donate and contribute at channel3000.com. You have until October 4th.
Let's check in now with meteorologist Savannah Brito. Today, real summer-like temperatures.
Yeah, we are going to see really summer-like temperatures not only today, but overall the next about 10 days. You'll see that later in Maine weather, but that reflects really warm summer-like temperatures each and every day. We're waking up to some dense fog right now. We've got 2 dense fog advisories, one to our northwest until 9 in the morning, that affecting the La Crosse area, Black River Falls, and Viroqua, and then one to our southeast towards Waukesha and Milwaukee, up towards Sheboygan until 10. Both those move out of your mid to late morning. Our visibilities come up and temperatures rise. We're looking at several days in the 80s, and our average is the mid 70s. We'll even be above that today. We'll talk about how long this stretch continues into next week.
Savannah, thank you. Coming up, can't watch the Packers because you live in the wrong county? Senator Baldwin has a plan to fix that. We'll explain the Go Pack Go Act. And
Madison police and fire officials need your help donating blood. Ahead, our Michelle Renee Quinn is live outside Fire Station 14 with all the details of this year's 9/11 blood drive.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, moving forward.
It is 9/11, and that means our local heroes are teaming up with the American Red Cross.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn is live at Fire Station 14 this morning to tell you all about the 9/11 blood drive. Good morning.
Chris, Kyrion, good morning. I'm live right now at Fire Station 14, where the Fallen Soldier Memorial is. You can see that here, and that's because today is 9/11, and it's also the Never Forget Blood Drive. It's hosted by local Madison PD, Madison firefighters, and the American Red Cross, and I have one of the event organizers here with me this morning, Firefighter Bowden. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And what can you tell us? It's a huge event. There's a lot of collaboration that goes into this. Can you just tell us a little bit about everybody who is able to take part and make something like this happen?
Yeah, we're working with Madison Fire, Madison PD, as well as the Red Cross to come together and kind of support the local community in their time of need.
Absolutely. And how many lives is one person being able to donate? How many lives does that affect? How many people?
One donation can save up to 3 lives, so it's a really impactful way to kind of give back to your local community.
Absolutely. And so what can people expect when, obviously, the blood drive is not at Fire Station 14. It will be at the Goodman Center later today. What can people expect when they arrive?
Yep, so we're in the Goodman Brassworks building this morning. They come in, register. The appointment should take just about 45 minutes, easy in and out. Pretty easy way to kind of give back.
All right, and you guys have a little incentive for people today, don't you? You want to tell me about that?
We did. Local 311 charities with the Madison firefighters as well as the Madison Community Policing Foundation were able to provide funds. So we are giving the first 140 donors today free water bottles, and the Red Cross also brought out their seasonal Peanuts t-shirts.
Okay, so you can get a t-shirt and a water bottle if you come out to visit, and you guys still have appointment slots open as of this morning. Is that correct?
Yep, we do have walk-in appointments available, but we're going to ask that people look online for open spots, make an appointment.
Absolutely. So we're encouraging to make an appointment. And now let's pull up that graphic and see everything that you need to know. That event is once again taking place at the Goodman Center from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And you can schedule an appointment on redcrossblood.org/give. Now, if you are interested in coming out, some tips for people who are donating blood, obviously staying hydrated and eating food before they come and getting rest. Is there anything that I'm missing?
Nope, hydration's pretty important. We'll have snacks there for everybody that does donate, as well as some liquids to replenish. But yes, please drink water before you come in.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Now, once again, those donations are very important today, but they're very important tomorrow, next week, and every day. So feel free to sign up whenever you can. It does not just have to be today, and you can sign up to give blood and give back to your local community at redcrossblood.org/give. For now, live in Madison, Michelle Renee Quinn, News 3 Now.
Michelle Renee, thank you so much.
6:14. Let's get to Savannah Ruder now and look at your first warn forecast. How's the fog sitting out there?
Well, we're seeing some visibilities improve. Madison stayed at 10, but Lone Rock and Boscobel, they were down to about a quarter of a mile. They're now up to 6 and 7. Prairie du Chien still experiencing some dense fog. They're down to just half a mile. Same with Camp Douglas. Black River Falls is at 0. Up near La Crosse, those counties are included in a dense fog advisory until 9 in the morning. And then towards Waukesha and up towards Sheboygan, those areas are down to a quarter and half a mile. There's a dense fog advisory there along the lake as well until about 10 in the morning. So by mid to late morning, visibilities come up. Temperatures now in the 60s in Janesville, 57 in the Dells, 61 also in Watoma. We're at 58 in Madison. We're expecting the 50s again tonight, and then we're finally going to start to see some warmer nighttime temperatures and definitely daytime highs. But we're warmer today than the last several days, back to above average temperatures. Forecast high 78 today in Madison. So most of southern Wisconsin will at least see the mid, if not upper 70s. That's with a lot of sunshine. We're expecting partly to mostly sunny skies. Then cloud cover increases. I think we'll wake up to some more dense fog tomorrow morning and lows that fall into the 50s. After that, we'll start to see warmer nighttime temps. Tomorrow, I think there's a better chance some of us see the 80s, most of us lower to mid 80s, maybe a few of us that only make it into the upper 70s. Shower chances, these are going to hold off until late Friday night and perhaps even until early Saturday morning. This is about 5 to 6 in the morning. I think we'll see some pretty widespread showers to wake up to on Saturday, and that'll continue about through the lunchtime hour. Towards noon, I think most heavier showers are going to be sitting more so south of here towards Janesville and Monroe and then east, but some spotty showers still in the forecast across areas northwest of Madison at that point in time, and a couple stray ones even late afternoon can't be ruled out. It's just not going to be as widespread as what we see in the early to mid-morning hours, and that continues into the late morning. Next chance of rain kind of sticks around with that front stalling into Sunday. Winds not going to be a factor really much this afternoon. Tonight into tomorrow, that's when they're going to increase. We're looking at gusts at least 10 to 15 miles per hour, and I think later in the day, Friday and into Saturday early morning, with that next weather system that moves in, that's when we could have some gusts that reach about 25 miles per hour. Lots of 80s though in the forecast.
All right, things looking good, Savannah. Thank you. 6:17, with the football season now getting underway, Senator Tammy Baldwin is reintroducing her Go Pack Go Act. Currently, 13 Wisconsin counties are assigned to markets in Minnesota and Michigan, meaning sometimes they are unable to watch the green and gold. If passed, the Go Pack Go Act would potentially give some of those viewers the ability to change which market they are under.
That should be your choice, not just a mandate from the cable or satellite provider. And they have the logistic capacity to do this. They just don't want to, and that's where this bill comes in. Tells them that they must provide Wisconsinites with that choice.
If this bill sounds familiar, it's because it is not the first time it has been introduced. Baldwin has tried to get this bill to pass through the past 5 sessions of Congress with no success.
And we are counting down until tonight's home game against the Washington Commanders.
But could this week's quick turnaround impact the Packers? News 3 Now senior Packers writer Jason Wilde gives us that answer.
Good morning, everybody. From Green Bay, it is game day in Titletown. The Packers playing on Thursday night football against the Washington Commanders at Lambeau Field. And as I've told you all week, which has been a shortened week, it's very difficult to come back from a Sunday game and play again on Thursday, both mentally and physically for players. But here's the good news, especially if you can win the game, and in the Packers' case, start the season 2-0. Get a nice little weekend off, a mini bye. Now, it would come early in the season, only 2 games in. That doesn't usually happen. But for a team that has another bye week coming after 4 games, they better get their rest while they can, because otherwise it's going to be a long march toward the playoffs, where they certainly expect to be based on the team that they have assembled. We'll have full coverage of Thursday Night Football and everything else Packers at channel3000.com for free. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up for the newsletter, which delivers our Packers coverage directly to your inbox every single day. Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jason. And a reminder, tonight's game is on Amazon Prime only. Kickoff slated for 7:15. Amazon Prime membership will run you about $15 a month. However, you can subscribe for a 30-day free trial if you don't have a membership. Still ahead, a new burger with a soup twist, and we look at the price of Apple's new products.
And coming up in our next half hour, we will have the latest on the shooting of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. Ahead, what analysts are warning about the uptick in political violence.
And before we hit a break, here are your gas prices. We're back after this. We are back on your Thursday morning, showing Kevin's morning with everyone. Kevin always taking gorgeous photos of the Wisconsin landscape. This one is absolutely no exception. Gorgeous green there in the fields and the bright colors in the sky. Oh, yeah. Loving it, Kevin.
Always got those nice photos with the depth. That's what I like about these photos.
Absolutely stunning.
Yes, keep sending those photos. Hashtag MyNews3Morning. Well, here's what's trending this morning. Starting tomorrow, you can try the Shake Shack French onion soup burger. They're serving up all the flavors of fall with this burger. It is 100% Angus beef, melty Gruyere, caramelized onions, crispy sweet onions, and roasted garlic Parmesan aioli on a toasted potato bun. And if you want to try it early, you can do so now if you have the Shake Shack app.
Yeah,
Look at that.
It's huge patty.
Yes.
Yeah. I have to like cut pieces off of it.
You know, those Angus, 100% just don't sit well all the time.
Oh, yeah?
This feels like it's sitting on top of your stomach a little bit.
Not only do you have to have it thoroughly cooked all the way through, it's got to be a specific kind of meat now?
Not necessarily. This looks good, though. I can't lie to you.
The title of it sounds worse than what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yes.
French onion soup burger, not so good, but it looks,
Yeah.
it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, the cheese, the onions, all that good stuff.
Onions, not for me.
Yeah, I don't like onions on my burger.
If they're like sauteed, that's my style.
What's wrong with a burger? Just a burger.
Just
regular
boring.
old burger.
cheese and
What's wrong with that?
and cheese sauce. More cheese on the burger.
Well, we know where you'll be at the end of the night. But anyways, let's move on here. This is what else is trending this morning. Apple has rolled out a new line of products that you may have seen over the past couple of days, including the iPhone Air, which is the thinnest phone ever made, starting at nearly $1,000. But also alongside that is its new iPhone 17 and 17 Pro, starting at nearly $800 and $1,100 respectively. And then AirPods Pro 3. So this has live language translation. Wow. According to Wallet Hub, though, nearly 9 in 10 Americans think iPhones are overpriced.
Yeah.
And I would say, yeah, they're up there.
And getting cheaper.
No.
Yeah.
And then, I mean,
but
like,
what are you gonna do? Like,
you gotta have a phone.
I probably
these
still
days.
get it. I don't know. Maybe not the 17, but maybe. I mean, I have the 15 now, so we'll see.
I like the toned down
convincing.
versions that they're putting out. The ones with like less features.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's only one kind of camera on it,
What?
and it costs less. Like,
Give me all the cameras.
okay.
All the
Yeah.
cameras.
Deal with that.
We'll be right back.
News 3 Now continues covering breaking news. A manhunt happening right now for Charlie Kirk's killer.
This is a very hard departure from what we expect people to do in political discourse.
And safety in a swing state. The expert who says Wisconsin should rethink how it hosts political gatherings.
Thank you for tuning in this morning to News 3 Now this morning, everyone. On a busy morning, I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrian Lee. Thanks for joining us. At this hour, conservative activist Charlie Kirk's killer is still at large.
Authorities have not put out a description of a suspect, nor do we know where that search is focused. We do know whoever fired the shot at Utah Valley University slipped away amid the chaos of screaming students fleeing the scene. Utah public safety officials say they detained 2 people, but neither was determined to be connected to the shooting, and both were released. We'll have more on the search and the assassination in a moment. Until then, let's check in with Savannah Brito in your First Warn forecast. Hi, Savannah.
Hi guys, thank you. We have some dense fog still out there. It's not as widespread as what we had early this morning. Madison's held at 10 miles all morning. Prairie du Chine's under 2 miles. Boscobel's down to 1/4. Up near La Crosse, same. They have dense fog. We've got a dense fog advisory up there until 9 in the morning, and then towards Waukesha, Milwaukee, and Sheboygan until 10. So by mid to late morning, fog clears, and that'll pave way for a nice day. We're waking up with the fog and cloud cover right now, but then we'll see the sunshine later as highs approach the upper 70s. That's not the warmest that we're going to see. That's over this upcoming weekend. We'll talk about the 80s that are going to return coming up.
Savannah, thank you. Now back to our coverage of the death of Charlie Kirk. As authorities try to track down his killer, we're learning more about how the shooting unfolded.
Authorities say Kirk was killed with a single shot from a rooftop during one of his famous campus debates at Utah Valley University. Police say they believe this was a targeted attack, and again, authorities have yet to identify a suspect, and that shooter is still at large. There has been swift reaction to Kirk's murder from leaders across the political spectrum, including all former presidents. Supporters brought flowers to Phoenix offices of Turning Point USA, the organization Kirk founded to motivate young conservatives.
I've always been a conservative, Republican, Trump supporter, but he really got me into paying attention to the election last year and what I wanted to vote for.
And on social media, President Trump calling Kirk, who is an influential MAGA ally, a martyr for truth and freedom. In his honor, the president has ordered flags to fly at half-mast on federal buildings through Sunday.
Kirk was the 31-year-old founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative nonprofit promoting free markets and limited government to students. A native of the Chicago suburbs, Kirk had nearly 9 million followers on Instagram and a podcast that's been downloaded more than 130 million times.
And new overnight, Vice President J.D. Vance posting, so much of the success that we've had in this administration traces directly to Charlie's ability to organize and convene. He didn't just help us win in 2024, he helped us staff the entire government. He also spoke at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee last July. Kirk leaves behind a wife and 2 young children.
The assassination highlights a string of political-related violence. Last summer, 2 assassination attempts targeted then former President Trump, one at a Pennsylvania rally and another in Florida.
And then earlier this year, the assassination and attempted assassination of 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their partners. And in Wisconsin, threats made against Congressman Derek Van Orden and an office of Congressman Glenn Grothman's was set on fire. A political strategist says he's never seen incidents like these so frequently, adding that a swing state like ours may need to adjust how we conduct political gatherings.
Maybe you have to rethink access. Maybe you have to rethink how you're going to do big public events, rallies, and those sorts of things, whether it's in the Capitol in politics, somebody's campaign, they do a big rally, whether it's at the university or other institutions where people gather. This is a very hard departure from what we expect people to do in political discourse. Civility is, slowly going away.
Kirk visited UW-Madison's campus last fall for an event similar to the one in Utah.
Any updates on the manhunt we'll have on the air and on the Channel 3000 News app. To download, just search Channel 3000 in your phone's app store.
New this morning, Britain's Prime Minister has fired the UK's ambassador to the U.S. over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The former office minister saying that the decision to fire Peter Mendelsohn came after the publications of emails that he sent to Epstein. Newly released emails show Mendelsohn urged Epstein to fight for an early release and once called Epstein his best pal in the infamous 50th birthday album.
We now have new video of a house damaged by the Russian drone that Poland shot down after it entered its airspace. There were no injuries. This as Poland's prime minister has invoked Article 4 of the NATO Pact, which requires all member nations to consult when a country's territorial integrity faces a threat. President Donald Trump has said he is ready to impose new sanctions on Russia and is expected to speak with Vladimir Putin soon. The White House hasn't yet said whether this recent invasion will affect those plans.
Happening today, a competency hearing scheduled for the Madison woman accused of trying to kill her father. Prosecutors say in July, Jamie Anderson walked 16 miles to Stoughton, hallucinating that her father was the devil and attacked him. She's charged with first-degree intentional homicide with a dangerous weapon. Her father got staples in his head and arm surgery after the attack. The hearing is set for 10:30 this morning.
Right now, Madison police are reviewing video from several arrests outside Roxy's bar in downtown Madison over the weekend. Police responded to several fights outside the bar early Sunday morning. Video of the arrest shows what looks like a group of officers punching a suspect on the ground. Madison Police Captain Kip Hartman says the department is reviewing the footage for possible use of force issues. Police arrested 4 people. Hartman says several people resisted arrest during the incident.
6:35 now. Brewers in action trying to pick up a win in a series against the Rangers. Top of the first, Bryce Terang smacks one into deep right center. That is gone. Next batter, Jackson Churio steps up to the plate, and he slams it into deep left field. Back home runs. Crew up 2-0. Bottom of the fourth now. Texas with a 3-2 lead. Josh Jung hits a grounder down the middle. Joey Ortiz with a diving stop throws it to first for the out. Brewers just could not keep the momentum going last night and lose another one to the Rangers. That is a sweep for Texas. Final last night 6-3. Brewers get the day off now to reset. They'll host a series with the Cardinals starting tomorrow night.
And the Packers are back at Lambeau Field tonight, but if you want to watch, you might have to put in some extra work. Tonight's game is an Amazon Prime exclusive with kickoff set for 7:15. Amazon Prime membership costs $14.99 per month, and new subscribers can sign up for a free 30-day trial.
Major construction coming to Madison soon. The city is rebuilding John Nolan between East Lakeside all the way to South Brook Street. The first step is the southbound lanes. That construction is going to start the end of next month. The whole project is expected to last until 2027. They'll rebuild 6 bridges, expand bike and pedestrian paths, upgrade storm sewers and traffic signals. For phase 1, 1 lane will stay open in each direction along the causeway. There will be a public information session on the 22nd of this month. There you can learn more about detours and future steps.
Starting Monday, some intersections on West Dayton Street in downtown Madison will close for an artistic makeover. This project is part of a city effort to test whether asphalt art can improve safety. Data shows this type of art contributed to a 17% decrease in crashes. Painting starts Monday with closures from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. This includes intersections at North Bedford, Marion, and North Francis Streets. This is in front of the Madison School District office. Streets will return to normal next Friday at 4 p.m.
All right, 6:38. Checking in now with Savannah Brito on your first warn forecast. Is the fog starting to lift?
A little bit of that, as well as Lone Rock, not so much Madison. We've been up to full visibility. Any 10 you see here pretty much has been the case all morning long, but we're still down to only a quarter of a mile in La Crosse, and Black River Falls is at 0. Both those areas have been the lowest throughout the morning. We also have some fog towards Waukesha and Sheboygan. So by mid to late morning, I would say over the next 4 hours, we'll continue to see improvement. Well, we've got that dense fog advisory to our northwest and southeast until 9 and then 10 in the morning. 58 right now in Madison, dew point of 55. Your sunset later at 7:14 p.m. The weekend looks good, warmer, summer-like, but we are tracking some showers. We'll time all that out coming up.
Thanks, Savannah. Coming up after the break, remembering 9/11, how people across the country are keeping the stories of tragedy, triumph, and unity alive.
And now Michelle Renee Quinn is live at Fire Station 14 with how you can do good at the Never Forget Blood Drive.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
We're back at 6:42. Memorial events are being held across the country today, remembering the nearly 3,000 people who died on this day, September 11th, 2001.
It's been 24 years since the terror attacks, a moment the city and the nation will never forget. Terrorists flew planes into the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and in a field in Pennsylvania, where those on board Flight 93 stopped another plane from attacking the U.S. Capitol. In Alabama, Chris Thylacker is continuing to tell the story. He served in Iraq and Afghanistan after the attacks. Now he teaches high school.
It's one of those watershed moments in U.S. history. It must be taught. The patriotic side of it, the messy side of it. It's a great rallying moment for what we can achieve when we decide to work together.
That unity on display this week aboard the USS Intrepid in New York, where teams of volunteers prepared meals to send to local food banks in the spirit of that day.
Closer to home, local heroes teaming up with the American Red Cross.
Our Michelle Renee Quinn is live at Fire Station 14 this morning to tell you all about the 9/11 blood drive. Good morning.
Chris, Kyrion, good morning. I'm live here at Fire Station 14, and that's because they have the Fallen Soldier Memorial. Take a look at this as we honor 9/11 heroes who have lost their lives years ago today. We're also celebrating the Never Forget Blood Drive to help local community members. Here with me, I have one of the organizers who helps put this event on, Officer Hunter Lisco. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What can you tell us about the blood drive that's happening today?
Well, this is our 14th annual Never Forget Memorial Blood Drive, and you know, it's a real awesome collaboration between the Madison Police Department, the Madison Fire Department, and the American Red Cross in honor of the lives lost in 2001 and all those that have been lost since that time from 9/11 related illness.
All right, and now we have a bunch of people already registered and they have an appointment to sign up, but you still have a few appointments open, correct?
We do. So if someone still wants to join us today, go to redcrossblood.org and use the sponsor code Public Safety. We have some appointment slots. We highly encourage appointments. If you can't join us today, you know, the act of giving blood is something that you can do all the time in our community, and so we'd encourage you to find a different time if today doesn't work out for you.
Absolutely. And now you have a water bottle here.
We do.
This is a little incentive for people. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
So we are so excited. We partner with the Madison Community Policing Foundation and Firefighters Local 311 Charities. They sponsor our blood drive. They stand behind us. And this year we used some of the funds to purchase this awesome 28-ounce sport water bottle. So our first 140 donors through the door today will get one of these to go home with.
And that's not all they get. I hear that the Red Cross is also bringing a little incentive for folks. What can they expect?
Yes, the Red Cross has a limited edition Peanuts t-shirt. And so actually they're doing some mystery bags. There's 4 designs. And so there's a little bit of a mystery element to what our donors might get in that bag.
So a little surprise.
Yeah, that's right. So we really believe that blood donation is so important. And these small incentives, you know, they're not much, but there's something to say thank you for our community members who roll up their sleeves and join us.
Absolutely. And now how many people are you expecting so far today?
I just looked. We're at about 115 appointments so far. Again, our goal is to give away 140 of these water bottles. So if you're hearing this, if you're at home and you're wondering, can I still get in on this? Let's do it.
Absolutely. All right, so let's take that graphic right now and we'll give you all of the details that you need to know. That event is at the Goodman Center today at 8:30 to 2:30 p.m. And if you're one of the first 140 people, you may receive a special water bottle as a thank you. And for anybody who's looking to sign up with your appointments, that is on redcrossblood.org/give. So be sure you can give today, you can give tomorrow, you can give next week. Giving is the most important part. For now, live in Madison, Michelle Renee Quinn, News 3 Now.
All right, looking for 140 donors. They're almost there, so let's make it happen.
Yeah, get that free water bottle, too. Michelle Renee, thank you. 646, Savannah Brito with your first warn forecast. Get some warm weather ahead and some fog for some folks.
Yeah, we'll see very warm summer-like temperatures. That's once the fog clears by mid to late morning. For now, Boscobel is still down to just a quarter of a mile. La Crosse and Black River Falls also there. Camp Douglas is down to a quarter or half a mile. And then we also have some fairly dense fog towards Waukesha, Milwaukee, and Sheboygan. Madison, luckily, has stayed stationary at 10 miles all morning. By about 10:30, all that fog is expected to lift. 58 in Madison, 61 in Janesville, so temperatures a little bit warmer than yesterday. I think we'll be a little bit cooler heading into tomorrow, and I do think we'll see some patchy dense fog again Friday morning with some more cloud cover that moves in. Enjoy the 70s and the partly to mostly sunny skies that we'll see later today. Dew points only get up to about 55 degrees or so, close to 60, but not still there. So today and tomorrow, still in that comfortable category, but then they jet upwards and we're looking at least 65, if not close to 70 degree dew points Saturday, Sunday, and continue into early next week. That's when our chances for showers are going to arrive. So enjoy the sunshine and the pleasant day ahead on this Thursday. Even tomorrow looks pretty good. We'll fall to lows in the lower to mid 50s, and then we'll see temperatures probably in the 80s across most of southern Wisconsin, at least very close to that tomorrow with some sunshine. Clouds thicken up overnight as we push towards 6 a.m. Saturday. That's when we'll see showers develop west and also north of Madison. They will become more widespread. I do think we'll see some shower activity, fairly widespread, maybe even some stronger storms at this point in time that produce gusty winds Saturday morning. That continues until about lunchtime. Once we near that 12 p.m. time frame, Janesville, Monroe still could be seeing with heavy showers, and then also areas east of Madison. Can't rule out a couple spotty ones, but I think we start to dry out. Less showers at that point in time, Saturday, late afternoon into the early evening before more rain moves in for Sunday. As far as winds go, not going to be a huge factor today. Once we get to tonight into early Friday, that's when they start coming up, and really so much so as heading into Saturday. That's when we're looking at pretty breezy of conditions where gusts could range between 15 and up to 25 miles per hour. That will return. After that, we're still warm into early to midweek next week, well above average temperatures in the lower 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then they fall Friday and next Saturday. That's next weekend, and that's when it looks to be a little bit more active. But got a nice stretch of weather, just a couple of showers here and there through the weekend.
It's okay. I can take the couple of showers as long as we keep with this stretch for as long as we can.
Exactly. It'll be a warm rain. It's not going to be freezing rain or snow yet, so
yeah, we have
some
plenty of time for your cooler weather, so we just need to hold on to this. We'll hold on to this warmth. We'll hold on to the warmth.
We had the false fall. Now summer's back.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It really fooled me for a second. I thought we were there.
You thought it was over.
Sure enough, here come those 80s. All right, Savannah, thank you. Hey, Savannah wants to plan your day, but you have to send us a video or a picture or an email. Here's how to do that. So send it our way, and she'll give you a customized forecast. Coming up in the morning sprint, a royal reunion. How long it's been since Prince Harry and King Charles have seen each other.
But first, if you have a little kiddo turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can share their picture on TV.
.653, time for the morning sprint.
We're following breaking news. The manhunt continues for the person who shot and killed conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Both parties have called for an end to political violence. Kirk was shot in the neck yesterday during a speaking engagement at Utah Valley University. The 31-year-old was the founder of Turning Point USA, an organization for young conservatives.
New this morning, Britain's Prime Minister firing the UK's ambassador to the U.S. over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The Foreign Office minister says the decision was to fire Peter Mandelson came after the publications of emails sent to Epstein. Newly released emails show that Mandelson urged Epstein to fight for an early release. and once called Epstein his best pal in the infamous 50th birthday album.
We now have new video of a house damaged by the Russian drone that Poland shot down after it entered its airspace. More escalation in Poland. The country's prime minister invoked Article 4 of the NATO pact. This says allies will consult each other whenever the territorial integrity of one member is threatened. This marks Russia's most serious invasion of another country since the war in Ukraine.
Today, a competency hearing scheduled for a Madison woman accused of trying to kill her father. Prosecutors say in July, Jamie Anderson walked 16 miles to Stoughton, hallucinating that her father was the devil and attacked him. She is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide with a dangerous weapon. Her father got staples in his head and arm surgery after the attack. The hearing's set for 10:30 this morning.
Taking a live look now at the 9/11 memorial in New York City. Today marks 24 years since the September 11th attacks. Nearly 3,000 people died when hijacked planes crashed into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and a field in Pennsylvania. Flags will fly at half-staff today. The governor is recognizing today as a day of service to honor those lost.
For the first time in 18 months, Prince Harry met face-to-face with his dad, Britain's King Charles. Harry, the youngest son of Charles and the late Princess Diana, left the UK and the royal duties in 2020 and moved to the U.S. The two reunited for an hour-long tea.
Amandrea Bruner now faces charges in a crash that killed two Marquette University lacrosse players. She is charged with 2 counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle with a prior intoxication-related conviction. The crash claimed the lives of 20-year-old Noah Snyder and 19-year-old Michael Michaud. 2 other students were hospitalized but are expected to recover.
Hey, a live look at the Beltline before we go. This is near the exit to Monona. Traffic update for your morning commute. An incident in the flex lane causing some slowdowns. The flex line is not yet open.
Temperatures that reach the upper 70s later this afternoon. Just got to get through the fog and cloud cover that we have right now, and then plenty of days in the 80s, 6 to be specific, Friday into next Wednesday. We do have some showers that we'll see over the weekend. I think most of tomorrow looks good. First chance of rain moves in late Friday night, holding off probably until the early morning hours of Saturday. I think that continues until about lunchtime. After that, we'll see a dry period of time before more rain moves in on Sunday. So not a washout, but some showers to consider.
All right, the warm-up is here.
Yes, it is.
Savannah, thank you.
CBS Mornings is next.